Hey, how's it going guys? Jenna here, and today we have a new video with a new strategy. Today I will teach you the bearish engulfing strategy. So make sure to watch the video completely until you understand and you master the strategy, because it works very often. If you want to join us, you can check for the Telegram channel link in the description, and from there you can join us as well on Telegram group. And we do trade every day together on Skype by call, and this is free for charge, so we don't make you pay anything. If this is the first time you're on this channel, subscribe and click on the bell icon to receive notification about my future videos. I hope you will enjoy this video. Today I will teach you the bearish engulfing strategy. The bearish engulfing pattern is a reversal pattern. In uptrends, if there is a bullish retracement, this pattern can change the direction to bearish, and this will allow the trend to keep going down. In other words, if the market's price is going up, after this pattern it might go down, following the main trend direction, and because of this, it's very important that we trade the bearish engulfing strategy only if there's a solid downtrend. Let's see how it looks like. The bearish engulfing pattern requires at least 3 green candles. If there are more, it's fine, but the minimum amount is 3. After the series of green candles, we need a red candle. The red candle has to cover completely the last green candle and at least 1/3 of the second last green candle. In the picture, the last green candle is covered completely by the red candle, and it's covering at least 1/3 of the second last green candle, the number 2 in the picture. For this reason, this is a valid bearish engulfing pattern. In this slide, I will show you 4 valid bearish engulfing formations. Keep in mind that in each example there are only 2 green candles, but you need 3 or more. The first one is like the one we just saw in the previous slide. So the red candles completely cover the last green candle, and it covers at least 1/3 of the second last green candle. The second one is like the first one, with the difference that the red candle is bigger. This is still a bearish engulfing pattern. 1/3 is the minimum, but often happens that the red candle covers 2 or more green candles completely. This is a stronger pattern compared to the first one because the strength of the bears is stronger. The third formation has a gap up candle. A gap up candle is when the price jumps up in the same moment the new candle is created, and for this reason the open price of the new candle, which is the red one, doesn't match the close price of the previous candle, and this is why it's called gap up candle. We have a gap between the close price and the open price of the 2 candles, and this is a very strong engulfing, because even if when it was created he had a deficit of price compared to the last green candle, he still managed to engulf both candles. Last one is a shooting star engulfing. This is the strongest bearish engulfing pattern because we have a double confirmation that the market is about to change the direction. The shooting star itself is a reversal candle, and since we have as well an engulfing candle, this is the best formation you can find. I draw this example in order of strength. The first one was the weaker one, and the fourth one is the strongest one. Hopefully you have now a better understanding of what is a valid bearish engulfing. Now it's time to understand what is not a bearish engulfing. You will notice that in all of those examples, the red candle is always the same size of the last green candle, and because of this reason, they are not valid bearish engulfing patterns. Last one is a shooting star, and since we don't have an engulfing candle, this is something you want to avoid to trade. Take your time to learn. You need to be able to determine what is an engulfing candle as soon as you see it. So I advise you to go back to the previous slide and watch the patterns again, until you don't understand fully why those formations are not valid engulfing candles. Before to check for the strategy and its rule, let's talk about the time frame. You can trade the strategy on a 1-minute time frame, so it means that each candle is gonna be for 1 minute and the actual expiry is gonna be of 1 minute. It works okay. Many of my students are using this time frame. However, I personally believe that the 5-minute time frame works much better for this strategy. So the 5 minutes time frame is where the chart has only candles long 5 minutes and the expiry is gonna be 5 minutes long. So if you want to have my advice, use this strategy on a 5 minute time frame only. At this point, you are almost ready to go. So let's learn all the rules that this strategy requires. So the first rule is about the trend, and particularly we want to have a solid downtrend. So the first thing to do is to spot the trend. If you do not have a downtrend, you cannot use this strategy. So keep in mind that if you have a sideway or a uptrend, you cannot use this strategy. The second rule is to see if there are 3 or more bullish candles. So the minimum amount is 3, but you want even 4 or 5, it depends. Sometimes you can even have 10, but it's very important that the minimum is 3. The bearish engulfing or the green candle has to touch the upper band of the Bollinger Band. And if it doesn't touch the band, at least it needs to be very close to be touching it. Last rule is about the oscillator. The oscillator line has to be in range of the overbought line. The overbought line is the top line. So the oscillator line has to be touching the overbought line. But sometimes it can happen that it's very close but it doesn't touch it, and that's fine. But it needs to be very, very close to the overbought line. Now, at this point, if you have all these conditions working for you, it's time to open the trade. And you're gonna do so as soon the red candle, the engulfing red candle, is gonna close. And as soon the other new candle is gonna start, you're gonna straight away start a new trade for lower. Before to show you a real example of this strategy, let's do a recap. In the picture, you can see that we have a downtrend, and this is the first thing we need to look for. And in the red rectangles, those are the possible spots where you can find the formation. So, in the third one, in the third rectangle, you can see that we have a series of green candles, and afterwards we have a bearish engulfing. Now, this is the perfect example of how you want to spot this pattern and how to trade it. So keep in mind, it's very important that we do have a downtrend because we want the price to go down. Once we spot out this formation, we're gonna start a trade for lower, and that's why it's important that we always have a downtrend. Finally, it's time to check for a real life example. In this one, we can see that the oscillator line is touching the overbought line, and that we have a touch on the upper band of the Bollinger Band, and the bearish engulfing candle covers completely the last candle and more than 1/3 of the second last candle. And you're gonna see that this one doesn't look as much pretty as the slides we saw, and sometimes you take this kind of trades, but don't get used to, because the actual real strategy is like the one I showed you in the slides. This is the second example I want to show you. So we do have pretty much all we need to get the trade starting. So let's check for the oscillator. The oscillator has a touch on the upper band, upper line of the overbought line, and the candles required are 3, but we have at least 4 green candles, and we do have a touch on the Bollinger Band. And after the last green candle, we have a bearish engulfing candle. So it looks good. The trend was going down. You can see that in the last part, it went a little bit too up, but still, I can guarantee that if I was going to scroll down more the chart, you could see that the trend was a solid downtrend. So we had everything we need. We started our trade, and then we won it. And I just want to tell you something about our Telegram group. We do trade every day on Telegram, and as well we do Skype sessions where we do trade together, and I give live signals, and sometimes other people can help each other. So if you're a beginner or if you want to get to know this strategy more, you can check the link in the description for Telegram, and then from Telegram you will be able to find the link of our Telegram channel, and from there we're gonna talk together, we're gonna exchange ideas, and then I will, if you have any question, I can even reply in there live, and of course we do Skype every day, so that's very important. And yeah, so basically, as I told you, in here we had all the condition we needed to start the trade, and then they were met, and so we won it. As you can see, this is a 5 minutes chart with a 5 minutes expiry. So this video is being speed up, but in reality this trade was 5 minutes long. Alright, let's go to the next one. Alright, so this is the last one. Now I wanted to show you that basically sometimes you're gonna face some kind of chart that they don't really look pretty, but what is important to understand is that, do you have a trend? Do you have the touch? Do you have the engulfing? That is what is important. Now again, hopefully in this clip I will scroll down, because this is a recorded clip from my trading session my trading challenge from $100 to $10,000, and if you want you can check this challenge. I will leave the link after this clip, and we had everything. So we have the oscillator touch, we had the touch on the upper band of the Bollinger Band. It was a very good looking engulfing candle, so we took the trade, and it was a winner. So hopefully at this point you have a better understanding of what you need to look for to get into a trade, and hopefully to win it. One last thing I want to tell you is about the actual candles. Okay, so if you're used to trade on a 1 minute candle, usually on 1 minute candle you see the price going straight to the forecasting direction you choose. But in 5 minutes candle, because one 5 minute candle in reality is 5 1 minute candles, it's normal that you're gonna see in the beginning and in the middle of the trade that sometimes it's going against the direction. But what is important,
Jadi sabar nih. Masih cocok pula.